fine.
I'm going to tell you about life insurance. Give you an offer on life insurance.
No, like I got to pay the life insurance, and I don't know where the bill is. So if I don't do this,
I don't know what this
I'm
is.
not going to.
They're going to start telling me
You're
something.
gonna need
Liberty.
Life insurance.
Liberty,
How come I can't
liberty,
do
liberty.
that thing?
Yeah, right. Or is it State Farm is on, or
Well, did you hear?
Nationwide is
Did you
on
hear the
your side?
AAA is leaving Florida now?
What?
Yeah.
Just as long as I don't leave California,
You're basically,
I'm good.
old man.
Oh,
Yeah. You're basically going to be, you're basically going to be on your own in Florida. Hurricane comes, car act, whatever. You're on your own.
You're on your own.
Go figure.
All
that
right,
shit
Florida,
out
you're on your
yourself.
own. See you later.
Take
Just
care,
like
Florida.
California, we're on our own.
I
Good
lived
luck.
through Hurricane Andrew. I did.
Did they get a T-shirt or something? or-
Nothing.
Nothing?
I got nothing. Oh, a lot of free booze.
Oh, that's good.
A lot of free booze.
that's a
And
bonus.
Because that's like, hey,
Welcome.
We love to see
come
it.
eat, come drink.
Welcome to Trailer Talk. PJ's here.
back.
PJ's back.
Yay!
And Stephanie's back.
Yay!
And Pagan's back. Pagan's never left.
I've
That's
never
what happens.
Just like me.
That's
I'm
what
fucking
happens
here all
when you
the
have a
time.
real job and a YouTube channel.
And
I run the show.
Shit gets in the way.
yeah, no, we got the full team here. This is cool. It's been a while since the four of us have been all on screen, all recording at the same time. We've been busybodies. But that's all right. That's,
I'm excited about these trailers too, even though they're a little old.
they're not super old,
I'm
but
a little
like, yeah,
excited.
there's not a lot recently that came out. It's kind of a weird, dark period in the trailer world.
And it's getting darker, baby.
Yeah, I know. But
You
we
missed the
got two good
darkness
ones.
in
We
it
got.
last week. Fuck.
We should just rewatch The Exorcist again.
No.
just
Yeah,
for
you know,
Pagan.
Another
I've already
Exorcist?
watched
I will
it back,
leave.
you know. I'm good. I'm good.
Exorcist believer.
No bueno.
Are you
No,
too
thank
hot?
you.
Am I too hot in the ears? It's my headphone.
Maybe. Yeah. That is that. I don't think that's what that
Yeah,
does.
I feel
Oh,
your pain, Pagan. I, you
All
know,
right, better.
I
Much
had
better.
to.
I actually
through
didn't
it and-
sleep well. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like I
I'm
did not
sure
sleep well.
that looked terrifying.
I did sleep with one eye open, thinking you would fly to the U.S. just to like torture me at night with like some pagan symbol.
Honestly, and then very sadly, okay, no disrespect, but very sadly, the director of the original Exorcist has passed away
Yes.
recently.
Yeah, William Friedkin.
Oh wow.
He died 2 days ago.
Coincidence?
The movies are real.
There's
You
a
know what I
story
mean? Like
about
The
him.
Exorcist 2 gets announced, big trailer, very scary, and then sadly he passes away, and I'm like, this is odd.
Yeah, coincidence? No,
I
maybe
don't know.
not.
Maybe not.
This is I have a Star Wars story about Friedkin.
But go.
Do you?
So, do you know? So he was huge in his day, right? He did Exorcist. Did he do The Omen? He did another big
I
one.
believe he
did,
did, but I think like all
what
of
was it
those
called?
sets as well
The
have some
French
really
Connection.
funky
French
like,
Connection.
stuff happening.
So he was big, right? He was huge in 1972. What was the first year the first Star Wars came out?
77.
77. So it's 77. So Friedkin's next movie was coming out. And it was this thing about a truck or something,
Maximum Overdrive.
Maximum Overdrive. And
I don't know.
Star Wars got yanked. So that could come in. And the theater owners were like, no, stop. Like only 2 weeks in and then Star Wars got yanked. So
No way.
Friedkin's movie could go in and it fucking
Wow.
flopped.
Oh man.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I thought
he's
you would have
done
known
loads.
that story, because it's Star Wars.
Star Wars. Yeah, I don't. Just because I like Star Wars doesn't mean I know
know
everything.
everything.
Yeah. Despite popular belief, it's kind of like I don't know.
Another Santa Claus.
But we are
Do
we
more.
speaking of I guess not really scary things, but the Wonka trailer. Wonka was always scary to me. Willy Wonka was kind of a terrifying
Oh,
character.
my,
Yes,
my
totally.
friend, you could just sing the Oompa Loompa song and he'd go running away screaming.
Oh yeah, it's
Oompa
like as a kid,
Loompa
Willy Wonka was
Loompa
not like you look at that dude and you're
I've
like
got
he's
another
scary. He's
Yeah.
like weird.
little
Especially the tunnel scene. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and like the
totally.
things he would do to people were fucking traumatizing. Like I'm
But
pretty sure
Daddy,
people
I want
died.
an Oompa Loompa too.
That lady, that one chick died in chocolate. I'm convinced.
Well, they all died.
I'd say
that they're all
they all
died.
I don't think so. Yeah, in the books they
Yeah.
If
Or
you're a
book, I should
kid
say.
and you're in a factory and you go through a chocolate processor, you're
No,
dead.
You're
Okay?
dead. I know, that's what I'm thinking.
Put that little realism in the
Yeah,
story
right,
here,
yeah.
right?
Well,
You're fucking dead.
So we're gonna watch the new Wonka trailer to see if the Timothée Chalamet is bringing the same
Timothée
darkness.
Chalamet, he hasn't been in much in the past few years, has he?
No. He's kind of a new
relatively
up-and-coming
unknown.
actor.
Yeah.
Unknown.
Never
unknown.
see him, man. I had fucking
Yeah.
I wipe my ass and he's in the paper. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Poor everybody else trying to get a job. Yeah. That went to Timothy. Oh, yeah. No, that makes
Is
sense.
he Australian?
Yeah. If you're not a Hemsworth or last name isn't Chalamet, you get no
Trouble.
jobs.
Yeah, true.
And then we're gonna watch Gran Turismo, the video game adaptation. It's coming out this week, and I wanted to watch a trailer because I think it's odd for us not to review a video game trailer on CouchSoup. Our heritage comes from video games, and so I feel like we should talk about it. Plus, we love Sony and Uncharted and everything they do. No,
Okay.
no, we're recording a live show.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
I'd ask them.
But before we get into those trailers, I just wanted to talk real quick. Wonka is a prequel to
Yes.
Willy Wonka. I'm kind of like, I'm in the camp of prequel movies kind of suck, right? And I'm the guy who thinks the Star Wars prequels are okay, but compared to the original three, they suck, right? And
You're judging prequels off Star Wars?
I'm judging prequels in general. In general,
That's like
What other
judging
prequels
the
are there?
They're
Manson brothers.
very famous prequels. They're famously
are.
terrible as well. So
They're
I feel
famously
like
terrible.
love
prequels.
prequels.
Well, name a prequel that's a good prequel.
Maleficent.
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 Maleficent is
okay.
good.
Okay.
It is technically a prequel.
It's okay.
It is
Prequel.
technically.
I loved it. I thought it was good.
All right.
It's okay.
All right.
It's Maleficent, not Millicent.
Maleficent.
What's
Maleficent.
Millicent mean? Is that a word?
Fuck, I don't know what you're saying out
I
loud
gotta stop
with
the
your
day
mouth.
drinking.
What do you guys think? Do you guys have a Pagan or Stephanie? Do you guys have a
I
thought
love all
on
those.
prequel?
What about the Joker? Come on.
That's not a prequel.
Well, I think like every origin story to me is a prequel.
Yeah,
well-
I would agree. Like there's sometimes an origin story that is technically prequel. So if you're gonna
Because
go
this
on
is
like
an origin story.
That's not. Okay, so there would have to have been like, so if you were saying like the Joker is a prequel, there would have to have been a Joker standalone movie prior to it for there to be a prequel to the Joker. That's
Okay,
kind of why
yeah.
I don't really count Maleficent, because it's not like there was a movie just about her as the main character.
Well, so
prior to Maleficent being made.
and this is called Wonka. It's not called Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Well, but it's about
I
Willy
think this
Wonka.
is an origin story. It's not a prequel.
It's a prequel that's an origin story.
Yeah.
Because the Star Wars are pure prequels.
Yes.
But I don't care if they're prequels or sequels or whatever. They still sucked as movies. But this, I think this is an origin story.
I guess that's true. I mean, maybe we have to set up the rules of like what is a prequel. I mean, because technically, The Godfather 2 is a prequel, but it's a sequel at the same time.
Well, aren't
it's a
most
sequel
prequels
to The
sequels?
Godfather, but it takes place.
Technically, prequels are sequels because they come after the original movie. So
But-
you call them a prequel, but it's really a sequel.
But it's a part of a trilogy that's
brain.
technically a sequel. Isn't that fucked up?
Yeah,
Right?
I
Like,
wasn't
don't
able
even
to
my
like
mind's
hover over the
exploding.
gif of like, you know, the person who's like trying to figure out all the maths and the maths appear on screen. That's me and Stephanie right now. We're like,
yeah.
I don't want an origin story of Wonka, though. I want an origin story of the Oompa Loompas.
Oh, really?
Oh no. You
Like,
know, I
what's
think I had
Oompa
enough
Loompa
of
sex
that
like?
in the Charlie and the
Oh,
Chocolate
no
Factory.
one wants
like,
to.
you know, that was,
I don't think this is a prequel per se.
What do you
It's
mean?
an origin story.
No, but the origin stories are prequels.
Okay, then I love prequels.
But this is, I guess, technically a sequel.
so would Captain America, you know, First Avenger,
that actually is, yes, technically
a
a prequel. Yes.
because that is a pretty good.
Yeah.
Well,
no,
no,
it is.
yeah,
It
that
is
would
very
belong to
technically a
that.
prequel. Yes.
So give me something that's a prequel that's not an origin story.
So Prometheus.
Fantastic film.
I love Prometheus.
I mean,
Pearl?
it has flaws, but
And it's
Prometheus.
technically not an origin story of those aliens, or is it?
It's technically
kind
an
of
origin
an
story
origin
of,
story.
of
Yeah.
the Queen.
It's kind of an
Alien.
origin story.
So every prequel kind of has an origin story.
The Fantastic Beasts is a prequel,
prequel.
to
It's
Harry
the Harry
Potter,
Potter series. Hmm.
series.
Yeah.
So that series is a prequel.
I wouldn't
They
call
suck.
that- I wouldn't
Those
call
all
that
suck.
Yeah, they suck.
Technically, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom is technically a prequel. A prequel,
Cruella
It's
is
an
an origin
interesting
story.
even though it's a sequel to
Yeah.
What
Raiders
is?
of the Lost Ark.
What is?
Temple of
Indiana
Doom.
Jones and the Temple of Doom takes place before Raiders of the Lost Ark.
So that would be officially a prequel.
It's a prequel, but it's a sequel.
Well, obviously, in its nature, it's going to be.
No,
a
but I
sequel
mean, like,
because they came
it does.
after.
It wasn't promoted as a prequel. Does that make sense? Like,
Listen.
the movie came out, it wasn't like, hey, and look, watch Indiana Jones before Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Listen,
Pagan's
break the
left.
word down.
Pagan
Prequel
left.
and-
She's out.
Yeah.
She's just like this kind
It's
of.
Prequel
too
and
much.
sequel. Break the word down, okay? The quill part comes from the Latin derivative of the word time. So
I need to take
therefore,
this? Still going?
the pre of the time in the
We're in Latin.
or
The
in the
pre-time?
time of the story.
Story
right? Where
pre-time?
the sequel prequel is after.
We're into Latin
it can't
now.
be a prequel and a sequel
Prequel.
because we're talking before time, after time.
Before
and
life
I made
and
that
afterlife?
whole thing up, so don't make comments about it.
My wife always likes when she makes like a chicken with like
How
a
do we get
breaded,
from that from
like a
Latin?
breaded chicken. She always like, I'm combining before life and after, because you have to before you bread the chicken, you have to dip it in raw egg before you bread it. She's like, I'm combining before life and afterlife.
Now I know why you married her.
Yep.
Yep, that makes sense now.
I don't know. Listen. I think prequels, most prequels are kind of garbage, right?
Oh.
And that's
No.
kind of what I'm walking into Willy Wonka thinking like,
I disagree.
like
We'll agree to disagree.
all right. I mean, the Hobbit move series prequels kind of compared to the Lord of the
Yeah, I
Rings,
would agree.
right? Like when you compare them
Hardcore
to the
agree.
original source material,
And do you know why they don't work?
because they're prequels.
No, because the wonderment is gone of the story. So when you go into something new and you have all this wonderment, that's what makes the movie exciting. I've never saw that before. Oh my God, that's wonderful. But when you go
why
and
do
do a prequel,
Okay.
unless you're moving out of that setting, so move to an origin story, right? So they'll go to another setting, then you've already seen everything.
Okay.
It's no fun anymore.
Yeah.
You've seen all the magic.
I guess. But then why do sequels more work better than prequels? I think. See what I'm getting
Well,
at?
I
Like I
don't
feel
thi- I
like the
think sequels-
continuation of a story.
I think sequels fail
that's
for
been
the
said
same
is
reason.
a better way to go than like going backwards in time and telling me how that character came to
I
be.
think sequels
I
fail
think-
for
Right,
the same
it's sort of
reason.
like when you look at like Solo, the Han Solo story. Like that's a prequel, obviously, and it's kind of like, did we need it? No, right? Like I already know Han Solo, who he came to be. Like I don't need to see that progress. Like there's no excitement there for me. Like the excitement is like I want to love the character that Harrison Ford brought to life in the original
So
trilogy.
what about Abrams' Star Wars, where he redid the world?
But that's not a prequel. That's a reboot with an alternate
Now
timeline.
we're just getting into semantics.
Boom!
Roll the trailer. You ready?
I win.
Count it down.
No, all right. Let's watch Wonka.
Oh,
I just
okay.
want to know that I won.
Okay.
Basically, that conversation.
You won, Drew.
Thank you.
Cool.
Still hate sequels.
No, Maria, you can't put us in a timeout.
Did you call it?
Are you sure? Because maybe we could.
Yeah,
put you
this
in a
is the right
timeout.
one? Are we on the right one?
Yes.
Is this
Willy
Wonka?
I don't know. I can't read that far.
What do you mean you can't read that far?
What does that say up
There
there?
should
that-
be a
that's fine.
following
Okay, count
preview
it
has
down.
been approved screen.
All right. Okay.
Count it down.
All right. We're starting the
Starts with
trailer
3.
in
I
3,
gotta put my glasses on.
2, 1.
Oh,
Play.
HD.
I wonder if there's going to be a Pellman hit.
Nah.
I spent the past 7
you
years
gotta-
traveling the world perfecting my craft.
7
very
years.
I'm
misty.
something of a magician, inventor, and chocolate maker. So quiet up and listen down.
Oh.
Nope, scratch that. Reverse it.
Oh no.
Mr. Wonka,
I feel like he's about to rap.
Oh, he is.
I'm making chocolate, of course. How do you like it?
pretty.
Dark, white, nutty, absolutely insane.
Many people
Definitely
have come
nutty.
here to sell chocolate.
Definitely just dark
They've
chocolate,
all
please.
been crushed by the chocolate cartel. You
Chocolate cartel.
The chocolate
can't sell chocolate
Wow.
without
goodness. They're having a good time.
what are we gonna do?
No daydreaming.
Aww.
That's pretty
Oh, I
funny.
would get
Yeah.
fined a lot.
Because I'm not a fan of breakout dancing.
A double hop.
That's cute.
The pencil and paper. I got an idea.
Oh,
All right.
I know things haven't
From the
been
director of
easy for you.
Paddington.
They're gonna
Nice.
get better.
You promise?
I pinky promise.
That
That's the most
shows.
solemn vow there is.
Where do we start?
A good chocolate is simple.
Where is this? It's just
What's happening? Oh, what's a chocolate that makes you
Oh
fly?
no.
Oh,
See,
boy.
he's murdering people already.
Uh-oh.
Nothing to see here. Just a small group of people defying the laws of gravity.
that's me.
Okay.
That's my character. Nothing to see here,
Gentlemen
friends.
of the Gallery Gourmet. My name is Willy Wonka.
Flamingos.
good. Too good.
Oh, boy.
Pretty sure I've gained about 150 pounds in the last 2 weeks.
You could change her life, Mr. Wonka. Change
Oh,
all
no.
their lives.
A giraffe? Why the fuck is there a giraffe?
in this world started with a dream.
It's got very Mary Poppins vibes, huh?
A little bit, yeah.
Here we go, Mama.
Oh, mama.
Worst. This is gonna be the
More
greatest
dancing.
chocolate shop the world has ever seen. So you're the funny little man who's been following me.
That's good.
Oh, my God.
Size for an Oompa Loompa.
Number what now?
What is happening?
Your memory.
Oh, I don't think I want to hear that.
Too late.
I've started dancing now.
This is something I didn't know I needed.
What?
That's
Oh
the
my
best
god.
part.
Why is he in a
That
jar?
was the best
What?
part.
Okay.
Are they like grown?
Huh?
That was the best part.
What
I think he caught.
incarnation?
I think he caught an Oompa Loompa.
He just caught one. and
caught
put it
Hugh
in a
Grant.
jar. He caught Hugh Grant. Yeah.
He caught Hugh
Mo-
Grant in a jar.
Yeah, a tiny purple Hugh Grant.
Yeah.
Okay,
all
who's
right.
going first?
Yeah, I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, Willy Wonka, is this the prequel no one was asking for, but you kind of still want anyway?
I'm gonna go first.
Okay.
If anybody minds. Okay, a lot of things.
Yeah.
It's the second time I've watched it.
Okay.
I liked it way better the first time.
All right.
Okay.
Good to know.
I think it's shot beautifully. It looks good. Not a fan of the dancing. It's a great Christmas story. It has that vibe.
Okay.
Couple problems I have with it. I love Timothée Chalamet. Just watched Dune again the other night.
Wow.
I enjoyed him a
Oh yeah,
lot.
he's awesome, dude.
I don't think he's the right guy for this.
It's a little funky. Yeah.
He's stretching, he's pulling, he looks like a little boy. He's trying to act like Gene Wilder, and he's not doing a good job of it. Like I don't know if he's right for it. I'm a little nervous. At the end, it got better. When he got a little more serious and sentimental, he's really good at that. It got better.
Okay.
But going back to our argument about prequel sequels, the problem with this one is, I know what happens.
Yeah. That's what most prequels. That's my point with
I know,
prequels. Oh
but
my
so they're-
god.
So they're telling the wrong story here, right? Like,
Wow.
give me a different story. Give me the story of Oompa Loompa and how they became Oompa Loompas. Like with Maleficent, you found out how.
But you know
she
how that
became
story
angry.
ends too.
Right, but you don't know how she got to that point.
Well, we don't know how Wonka got to.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. He won. What point do we need to get to? He won.
Well,
They're
obviously,
set-
there's a
because this
heartfelt story
sets
about
up-
his mother and
in the bottom of this.
In the,
In this story, they set him up that he's going to fail because the chocolate cartel, and there is a chocolate cartel, by the way. You know that. No, in real life there is one.
Okay.
There's no they're going to try to put him down, but he doesn't, becomes the greatest chocolate maker ever.
Right.
We know
Now we're
that.
going to watch the journey and how he does that.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the story I want.
Pagan, what are your thoughts?
Oh.
Who are you texting?
No, I was typing to the chat. I was gonna say something, but no, I don't really want to see this. I don't really care. Is this a musical that was like made into a
It
film?
is a musical.
No, but
Is
like,
it a
was it
musical?
a Broadway musical that
That's
was
why there's a lot of
translated?
dancing. I was trying to find that out just now, and I'm
Okay.
not. There's like something that comes up on Wikipedia. which
So
is
I
like-
think
there's
there's
not a lot
like
of singing.
so I
There
no,
is
it's a full
there's
musical,
a ton of
but I
singing.
think
There is?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a musical.
Now I'm really
the
up. They
problem
didn't
with
show
that
any
is-
singing.
They didn't. Yeah.
it feels like it's a theater musical that's being translated to screen, and there is just stuff.
Yeah.
There's script lines in theater that work so well in theater that will never ever work on film. This whole like huh, it's a double huh, aha, I'm
Yeah.
like, fuck off. Like, literally fuck off. If I want to see this, I want to go see it at the theater. Like, it just doesn't work in film. Stop trying to make it work. Sorry, it just pisses me off. I'm like, why do that? That's annoying. Like, be better than this. But I don't know. Mostly, I don't really like the story. I'm not loving anything about this. Look, Gene Wilder made you feel threatened. Okay? He made you
Totally.
feel like your life was on the line. He had a bit of mania in his eyes. Like, there was something fucked
Oh,
up
yeah.
about Gene Wilder's character
Right.
as Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
So
Totally.
either I'm going to go into this and be like, all right, what's going to happen that will absolutely twist this guy into some serial maniac?
Yeah.
Like, maybe make
Like a,
this
a
horror.
recluse.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
a recluse too. Like, right? No one had been in or seen him for like
Yeah, for
a
years.
long time, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And that's why everybody was like, oh,
I'd
I'd be
That's
more
what they're
interested in
gonna show
that
him at the
story.
end
I'd
or
be more
something.
interested in the
Yeah.
story where, like, he shuts down
I
the factory
agree.
and doesn't talk to anybody and goes mentally insane or something.
They're
I'd like to
telling
see
the wrong
that.
story.
Totally. Yeah.
I don't know.
totally.
This doesn't. I don't
I
know.
feel like
This
that
doesn't.
would
work
Wonka
right for me. I
behind
don't like it.
bars.
Yeah. I want us the slow
touched one of
slow
those
descent
kids.
into madness
He
that
touched one of
became.
those kids on the tour, and now he's
Oh,
going
no.
into hiding.
Oh no!
Listen, yeah, I
The
know.
modern version.
Also,
Or what if
I-
they really did turn it into a horror movie?
I would
That's
like
what I'm
that.
saying. Like,
Real
if they turn
fucking
this into like
horror.
a weird horror, that'd be kind of cool.
That would be
Yeah.
pretty cool.
But I was going to, what I was typing was, there was a chat version, and the last disciple in chat said, I think I heard that some Little People actors are fuming that Hugh Grant got this kind of role. I've actually seen quite a lot of that online recently, where there's a community of actors of Little People who are quite annoyed that they can't get cast for roles because they don't get any, like, they hardly get these kinds of roles. And then when they see like able-bodied actors, like full-bodied actors, whatever, like to cast them, I was like, that's an interesting topic. Like, it's so
I know,
fascinating.
but this
It's
is
also
stunt
happening with
casting.
that. Yeah, but it's also happening with the set, like
when
Snow
they
White
get into
movie
all the,
that's coming
with
out
the
as
other
well.
Oompa Loompas, there'll be lots of height challenged. Is that the proper word to say?
Little
It's just
people.
little people.
Little people?
I think
Little people
the
sounds
community of
degrading.
actors have called themselves.
Oh,
that
you
nowadays.
little person, you! If I called you that in a meeting, oh, Drew, the little person is
Well,
here.
I don't think you think you would call me by my name, ass. But
True.
yeah, no, I hear you. I mean, Stephanie, what are your thoughts?
I mean, I was kind of in the same boat as PJ. Like the first time I watched it, I was like, "Oh, this is cute." Like I was like, "Oh, it's a musical." I was like, "Oh, I'm wondering why they're not showing any of the music." You know, like
Yeah.
I thought that was weird. Like you see a lot of dancing, but you don't really hear anything. So I was curious about that because that kind of tells me like if this guy can sing, sure, maybe you watch it. But I don't know. And I don't know, like it's just the magic kind of dwindled. And then I didn't realize up until the very end that it was going to be based off of Gene Wilder's Willy Wonka. Like, I'm watching, I'm like, oh, this is a new Willy Wonka. It's a new world. It's something different. And then at the very end, you see Hugh Grant and you're like, oh, okay. Like, and I agree. Like, I feel like the casting is a little off. I love him, but like, I just think it's a little weird. Like, I think Jeremy Allen White would have been a better like fit for like a perfect like. Ooh,
That's
look-alike
interesting.
For,
good call.
Look him up. Who's that?
Jeremy Allen,
Gene
Star
Wilder?
of the Bear.
Oh, that guy. Oh, yeah, that would be good.
So yeah, it looks like I like the whole thing. Like in the one trailer, the one part I like is like when there's like, oh, no daydreaming, like it's a fine of like $3. I'm like, that would be me. Like,
Yeah, I know. That was funny. I hope there's a lot more of that. Those little things.
Smartness.
Well, I mean, like, so I was thinking about like why we all laughed at the chocolate cartel. It just sounds so ridiculous. But PJ, you seem to think there's a real chocolate cartel. I mean, are they out there like cutting people's heads off and putting them on turtles and like threatening families, or like
They're a group of chocolatiers that set the price of the cocoa bean in these third world countries.
Okay.
And so different chocolate companies are trying to do a sort of farm to table approach with chocolates because this cartel sets the prices and they're way too low for what they make on a pound of cocoa bean.
Interesting.
Or a ton of
So maybe they
cocoa
are.
bean.
There are.
So there is. But there
when
are
you
some
think of,
big chocolate companies. There's that big Belgian company.
Sure.
And they're part of that, though. They try to, and they do a good job of it, of trying to help it. But there is a chocolate cartel.
wow. And then, do we need a Wonka to save us from this chocolate cartel?
Well,
I
if you
prefer
look
somebody
at,
other than Wonka.
Look at Divine Chocolates,
Right.
That company that they're very big on that. So they only buy from individual farmers and set a higher bean price.
Oh, okay.
So that there's the people
Like a
aren't-
living wage.
not slavery.
Yeah.
And that chocolate of course costs more money, but it's the money goes the farmers actually own a bit of the chocolate bar company.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, because to me that's interesting, right? Like is there? I don't feel like this story is getting that parallel. Like, I don't think there's anything that's taken too seriously in this movie, right? Like that to me is like an interesting parallel to like the real chocolate cart. Like if they were making some sort of parallel to the real world with that in mind, like that would actually be interesting. Like this idea that like like little chocolate or little candy needs its place too, or like how to like. Maybe there is an entrepreneurship play here and like how he's coming about and
Or
how
the
he's
Oompa Loompas were being used by slaves at the chocolate cartel.
yeah, maybe you kind of like Dobby and Harry Potter, kind of like vibe, does he set them free?
We should write a movie.
We should. We're gonna write the next Wonka sequel. Prequel
Just
suck.
give it.
Well, and then the last thing I wanted to talk about, if you guys have any thoughts on like this is giving me Christmas movie vibes. It comes out on Christmas.
It does come out Christmas.
Are you guys getting that? Like, there's like snow in the title. Are you guys excited for a Christmas movie?
Oh, good movie to watch over Christmas. Some hot cocoa,
Yeah.
some marshmallows bobbing in there. You ever try to get I'm trying to get the marshmallow in there. Like
No.
that's just me.
That's
Okay.
just you. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. No.
No, I feel like it more is whimsical than like holiday. you know?
Okay.
Like it does say this Christmas, it's clearly marketed towards a Christmas audience,
Right.
and like you're talking
Yeah.
about
Yeah,
like
it's a
the
family
magic and
movie.
whimsy.
Dreams
of
can come
Christmas.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like maybe. If I'm honest, I just don't love the quality of this. I feel like the magic is so. I don't know. It's not nuanced. It just feels a little boring to me. I don't know why. Like maybe this whimsy is just not enough for me.
Yeah, I
it
need a
just
better
feels a bit
trailer.
weird. It feels a bit forced and false. And maybe I would like it if I go see it because it's a musical. I love musicals. There's just stuff that I feel like theater musicals don't translate well to video, and it just seems like that. There's text in here that I'm like, that just doesn't work. So yeah, am I getting the Christmassy vibe? Probably not. I want to watch the classics of Christmas. I want to watch Elf.
Okay.
You know,
but you don't want to like a new Christmas movie. This doesn't. You don't think this is gonna fill a void?
You know, I would love a new Christmas movie, Drew. And when you see one, you can head it my way. Yeah, that'll be great. Thanks.
A good one. All right.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Yeah. I also did put up a poll in the chat, and according to the chat, 75% of our community do not want to see this film. They're not interested in seeing this film.
Well, all right then. I mean, listen, I will watch this. Probably not in the theater.
Can you ask how many people in their chat watched Barbie?
Yeah, I can. Yeah,
that's probably going to be pretty high, considering how much money it's made. Everybody's seen that movie. I mean, what do you guys think? I mean,
I'll watch
Pagan's on probably not. You're going to watch it? Yeah. Steph.
If it was available for free somewhere to watch, I would watch it. On like a streaming service that I have. But other than that, I'm not interested in seeing this really in a theater.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I'm spoiled now with theaters. If you're ever in Pasadena, you got to go to iPix.
Okay.
It's just the best.
The love seat experience.
Yeah, it's so good.
Ooh, so far 75% of our audience have also not seen Barbie.
Wow. Okay. So
Get your butts to the theater.
No Barbie, no Wonka. They're like, give me death and destruction.
Barbie.
Wow, that's surprising.
Give me horror.
How much money it made.
Oh, I know.
Oh, yeah.
I still haven't seen it either. I still haven't seen it. Or
single female on her own director to get past $1 billion.
Yeah.
She is.
Yeah, it's the only female directed movie to get past $1 billion in box office.
But they said single female, not single in dating, but like I guess there was a
like
duo once before that maybe did it.
Maybe.
I thought Patty Jenkins did Wonder Woman not make over $1 billion eventually?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I know it's the highest Warner Brothers female led, but I don't know about. Yeah, that's interesting. I'll have to dig into that. All right. Well, listen, Wonka, we're kind of on the fence. So if let us know if you're kind of digging if you're feeling the Wonka vibes, or if you have anything, if you like prequels or shit on them like I do. And in that note, we'll be right back, and we're gonna watch Gran Turismo.
83% didn't see Barbie.
I know. What's happening with our community? They hate nice things.
And we're back.
And we're back. So listen, Wonka wasn't a hit. Let's see if Gran Turismo is.
Set it up, Drew.
Just a little setup. Yeah. So this is interesting. This story actually happened. Gran Turismo is based on the unbelievable true story of a team of unlikely underdogs, a struggling working class gamer played by Archie. I'm going to butcher that last name. Madaku, a failed former race car driver, David Harbour, and an idealistic motorsport executive played by Orlando Bloom. Together, they risk it all to take on the most elite sport in the world. Gran Turismo is an inspiring, thrilling, and action-packed story that proves nothing is impossible when you're fueled from within. Coming out August 11th, just in a few days from now.
Oh.
Can't believe this is real.
Directed by Neil Blomkamp of District 9, Elysium, and Chappie. So that has some pretty good pedigree there. Yeah.
All right, counter down.
Alrighty, okay. Alright, I'm switching scenes. Press and play in 3, 2, 1, play. Oh.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do? Oh, shut up! I'm not missing my race.
Oh.
I'm gonna puke.
Don't pick up my dad's car.
Oh boy. Oh, that's a cool shot.
I love how they use the camera angle from the game.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That one.
That's class. I haven't seen this
really
trailer.
Cool.
Listen, son. You think you're gonna play a stupid video game about cars and you're gonna become a race car driver?
All I ever wanted to do
yeah.
was be a racer. I'm doing it.
Isn't that how it works?
Fair.
The 10 of you are the best Gran Turismo players in the world. Now is your chance to race real cars.
This is insane. It's not gonna work.
That would be really cool.
How is that real?
Your kids are scrawny little gamer kids.
That's where you come in.
You think you can do the impossible. I'm here to prove that you can't.
You get tired, you get sloppy, you get hurt, and you lose races!
Oh.
Oh dear.
That's cool.
I love the main kid's an unknown.
I know what I'm doing. I'm not afraid. I've
Good.
raced this track 1,000 times.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, wow.
A little CG overlay.
was actually pretty great.
We have a newcomer this year. His presence is shaking the foundation of the sport.
This is the major leagues.
The other drivers, your pit
Cool.
crew are going to hate you.
Much easier with a joystick, isn't it?
I can't see anything.
Oh, that's cool. Oh.
Oh
Most
no.
people can't.
Is
I
that?
have a feeling you're not most people.
If I lose,
I feel like he would be a little bit more beat up, but okay.
so I'm not gonna quit.
You've got to prove to everyone.
That's cool.
You've raced it, what, like 1,000 times? Now you just got to do it.
Was that in-game footage?
Gran Turismo, based on a true story.
What the fuck? That looked really
Hello.
good.
Yeah, that looked great.
Really? All right.
You didn't think that looked good?
Well, I mean, all right. So based on a true story, I mean, does this movie based on a video game now based on a real
It's
thing?
not based on a video game. It's based on true life events that involve a video game.
Right.
But there
From a
is
video
a video game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
called
it's a
Gran
video
Turismo.
game opponent. But
Right, right.
He's not being teleported into the Gran Turismo game and he's playing in there, which is how
No.
Hollywood fuck it up.
Right. True.
Yeah.
True. I mean, I think that this is an interesting take. You know, I mean, it sounds like you guys are digging it, PJ. I mean,
You know what? I dig it. I love it. I love that the kid is a newcomer, so he brought no baggage with it. But my daughters told me about this game, about this movie.
Okay.
My daughters want to get a racing game now for Christmas.
no way.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And they knew everything about this. And,
Really?
And you walked in and said, we're doing Gran Turismo. And I'm like, oh my God, we just talked about it with the girls last night.
No way.
Yeah. So that makes me go, huh?
What do you have any inkling
I think
on?
they're all over TikTok and that with this.
It's
Oh,
good
yeah.
marketing.
Yeah, yeah.
Good marketing.
I bet
Yeah.
you $10 are all over TikTok. Because both my girls knew all about this movie.
Wow. Stephanie, where's your head at on this?
Well, I thought I had played a Gran Turismo game, but it turns out it was Forza. But I liked
Different game.
That track.
different game, but I did like that game. Like, it was fun. Like, it was just fun to sit and drive around. So it's like watching this, like, I loved all the shots in this trailer and just how creative they got. Like, they had a lot of fun putting this together. Like Pagan, I think you commented on it, like when all the pieces are in the air and they're like coming in to
Yeah.
form like the car around. I'm like, that was sick. Like, so there's a lot of really cool shots in here. I love Orlando Bloom. You know, I've missed him, you know, from my Pirates days. So, you know, he's back. And
Fair.
David Harbour, I mean, he brings his charm, his,
Yeah,
you know, he's
They all did good though.
David Harbour
So
looks a
he's
little
spending all that money on blow.
Yeah.
No, he's with Lily Allen now, so he's cleaning up.
That's true. All right, Pagan,
This
where's your
looks
head?
dope, man. This looks really good.
Yeah?
I am
All
not a
right.
fan of racing games in general. I'm just shit at them. Okay, I'm shit at them. They make me frustrated. I don't play them. But I know a lot about Gran Turismo. I have played it before. I think this looks fantastic. I did not know this was a true story. I love that. I love stuff based on true stories. I think that's really cool. But I really liked stuff in this trailer, like the infusion of like the CGI, like putting together the car around him, or like in the training center where it's got like a CGI car body around him training in the center. I think that's sick. Like, I think they've melded, like they've infused all of this very well. The CG with real stuff, and then when he's on the track and they're overlaying like game, I guess like your heads up display. You know,
Yeah.
like they're
the line you need to
love
hit
that.
on
Yeah.
the road. Yeah.
Love all of that. I think this looks sick. I'm actually
Would you
so
buy
shocked.
the
I'm
story
so
if it
surprised.
wasn't real? Would you buy the story if it wasn't real that the kid was so good at a game and it became his profession?
I don't know
a
if I
zombie
would.
hunter. I don't know if
Yeah.
I
Would you?
believe it. I don't know if I believe it.
I don't either. Like that would
I'm
be
really
like
good at FIFA soccer. I'm going to try out for the World Cup.
right. Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
it's
no,
a
no,
very
no, no. No, well, hold on. The only
Okay.
reason I would buy it, and the only time I would ever buy it, is a racing game, because you can get the full car like setup for a game, not just a controller, not just a PlayStation 5. You get the full, like, you get the wheel, you get the brake, the accelerator,
seat.
and the clutch if you need
You
it.
even
Like,
get the seat
Yeah,
and
but
everything.
Right?
the physics, you still miss the G forces and
So let me-
like
so-
it's like I'm
But if they're
sorry, like
training-
being in a real car is a completely
25 years
different
ago. 25
experience.
years ago, I used to play Burnout. Do you remember that
Yeah.
game?
Oh, yeah.
And we would get the consoles and the pedals,
Right.
and we would strap them onto a tray table, you know, the TV tray tables, and they were all done with the physics of the crash, how hard you had to pull the wheel.
Sure.
It was the best fucking time you ever
Totally,
had.
dude.
And it used to be
Yeah.
person against person. I hate it now that you got to be in another system somewhere else. They don't have
Yeah.
racing games where you're right next to the person anymore.
Yeah.
But it had a lot of real feeling to it. And then cut to when we were on vacation this year, we were in some department store in Paris, and they had the entire inside of a car that you got in. And you played the game in this car cockpit.
Yeah.
And you could buy this and take it home and play racing games.
Yeah.
It was insane.
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, I that's a good point, because the real story element here, I think, is what's kind of separating this for me from being just kind of like it's another bad video game adaptation or spin on a video game. I'm actually kind of I didn't know about this either. Like this, I don't know. It's kind of weird, like how this didn't get more press. I feel like this should have gotten way more attention, and the fact that it's being made in a movie is really cool. I'm one of those kids that I grew up playing Gran Turismo. Like me and my brother owned the very first Gran Turismo, and we loved, like, cause my brother's a big car nut, and he loved the ability to kind of like to really hone in, like customize your car, like down to the brakes, down to the tires, down to like every little detail was customizable, and you could really get into the nitty gritty of, like, if you're into cars, this really would. This was your thing. Gran Turismo was the most realistic simulator for like racing that existed, and that was super cool. And they had the amount of cars that you could customize was super cool. So we always respected Gran Turismo as like the pinnacle of like racing sims. And we played up until I think PlayStation 2, I think, or 3, where was the last time I think I've played. So I haven't played Gran Turismo 7 that came out earlier this year. But the graphics were always incredible, like just incredible graphics. So, I from a video game fan, I'm excited, and I hope it feels like they're bringing a little bit of that realism into the story too, when you see like the inside of the car, and I hope they talk about like customizing it and making it his and all that detail to make us car nerds, because I think a lot of people that love Gran Turismo are big car nuts, right? Like they're also video gamers, but they love cars, right? They love racing, you know, and I hope that comes out into the movie, that vibe. Like it's like watching Ford versus Ferrari. That was another great movie that you felt this the passion for racing, and that was for racing people who love that sport. So I hope they nail this. Sony's cranking out a lot of video game adaptations. So this is behind The Last of Us, which we saw was a critical hit. Uncharted, which made a ton of money, got mixed reviews, but made a ton of money. What am I missing? Twisted Metal just came out, which is another Sony video game property that just came out. In the future, they're going to be coming out with Metal Gear, Ghost of Tsushima, God of War, Shadow of Colossus, Days Gone. It kind of feels like Sony's going all in here on the video game. Is this the new Marvel cinematic? Like our comic books?
The money Sony made at Last of Us,
right? I feel like comic books are sort of like now like the old thing, and video games are going to be the new cinematic universe that they're building. I mean, what do you guys think of this?
Con Man, the video game. I mean, Con Man, the movie.
Con Man.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that. Fuck, if that's true, if they're going to come out with all of those as well, I'm behind it. I love it. I'm such a big PlayStation fan, and I love PlayStation exclusive games. Big fan of, obviously, God of War and Uncharted. And I fucking loved all those games. I thought The Last of Us special on HBO, like I thought that whole series, fantastic, was really good. This looks fantastic. I don't know what to say. I think like they're doing really freaking well so far. And it's so hard to translate a game into a movie or into a TV show, which we've all seen. And I know that Uncharted got mixed reviews, which, I wasn't a massive fan of. Still good, but wasn't a massive fan of. But seeing something like this was done very well. Like, I feel like something like this as well, because you can also make a new story with stuff like this. And I think with the height of, like, I don't know if you guys have seen it on Netflix, but it's called Drive to Survive. And it's a Formula One Netflix documentary series thing that's talking about, like, the F1 drivers. But I think that got really popular over COVID and stuff, and I think then like driving games got even more popular than they already are. They're already like top of the industry. But yeah, I'm excited for that. If Sony are putting all this money into it, I fucking yes, can't wait. I'd love also an animated Crash Bandicoot movie. I want an animated Crash Bandicoot.
Let me write all this down for you, Pam.
Yeah, we'll talk.
Make a list.
Have our people
know
talk
somebody.
Anymore, but yeah.
What movie would you? What game would you want to see in a movie?
That's interesting. I mean, listen, Uncharted was high up there. I was real excited for that, and a little let down, but I'm hoping they can write it in the second one. Real excited for The Last of Us. Had problems with it, but overall, a solid like outing. Definitely the best version of an adaptation I think we've seen yet. Listen, Metal Gear would be like incredible. Like if someone could nail the Metal Gear story in a movie, wow. Wow. Yeah. But I don't know if that's possible without Hideo Kojima behind it, right? Like you kind of need his brain and his thumbprint on that. Otherwise it's just sort of someone else kind of replicating that. Go.
You got to keep an open mind.
All right.
You got to.
No, you already fucked yourself.
You got to think like a feature creature film, like a horror movie.
Right.
Okay. Centipede.
Oh god.
Oh boy.
It's probably been made. It's probably an indie film somewhere.
Didn't they make?
There's 2 of them now.
I know they keep splitting. You're
Run
just like,
for the mushroom.
No! Run for the mushroom.
I don't know. I think it'd be exciting.
Right? Yeah, Centipede and like Space Invaders.
I know.
Wasn't there a movie where they mashed up like all those old retro movies like Pac-Man and like I didn't like Jack Black was in it or some shit. I don't remember. There was like a bad movie that came out with like old video games came to life and like was wrecking a town. I don't know.
I remember the one. Pac-Man was in it.
Yeah. I'm blanking on the name. It was not memorable, guys. Pixels. Thank you, Maria. Thank you. Yeah, that was.
I forgot about that. Thankfully,
just
Adam Sandler.
Centipede. Think about it.
I'm thinking hard. Are you guys excited about any of those new other video game adaptations? I mean, any thoughts on the cinematic universe that Sony's sort of putting together here? Do you think eventually they'll have like some like tie-ins at all? Like, do you ever see them coming together? Like
Stop.
like a
You're
Marvel
killing me,
thing?
man. Look, you know the heart eye emoji?
Yeah.
Just insert that here.
There it is.
Just. I love all of what. I preach into the choir. I don't like. Fuck it. Sony don't even need to sell me that shit. They'll just like whisper it to me, and I'm like, shut up and take my money. I have Kratos back here. Are you fucking kidding me, bro?
Yeah.
Like, I will just shut up and take my money. Is how I feel about it. Steph?
And it's not, I feel like God of War is your number one then, like coming out next.
Uncharted and The Last of Us were my number ones. Like I really wanted to see something good from both of them. I'm still hopeful that there would be like other Uncharted movies that could probably hit more like original source material that would be really, really cool. So I'm hopeful for that. Like almost a recovery. But I think like God of War would be epic to see. I haven't actually played Ghost of Tsushima, but I've heard so much about it as well, and I think that would make an excellent film. So, yeah, I think those two as well.
Stephanie, thoughts? Are you too much in the Marvel Universe fan to really support Sony going into the video game?
No, I mean, I love Marvel. It's been a little much, like, as of late, like, it's a little too much. And then, like, I saw the Barbie movie, and then it's like you see all this stuff like, oh, we've got plans to, do all this stuff. And I think, like, you really have to be cautious. Like, they want to do sequels, and I'm like, let's not. Like, let's just take our time. Let's really go through and write some good movies. Let's not get too crazy because, some are definitely going to be hit or misses. Like, look at Bridesmaids. Kristen Wiig will never do a sequel because, nothing's ever going to surpass.
Nothing will
top
Bridesmaids.
Stop them from making
Nothing's ever going to top
just because Kristen Wiig's not in it. Yeah.
Oh, but like, so for me, like, I'm like, okay, like, I think that's cool. Like, I think, is it God of War? Like, I think that would be cool. It's something different. This is not like part of their development, but like when we talked about it, like for Super Mario, like I would love to see a Zelda movie come to life, or
Nintendo.
Like, like Nintendo. Like I would love to see something like that, like something different, something that's not just like heavy metal, like like just like shooting.
I think
like,
those kind of games would be
twisting
like
them.
either really good or really bad because they're like open world, for example. Like say Zelda, like it's
Right.
just
Yeah.
it's open world. So I'm like, how can
Right.
you do
Do that.
justice to a game like that where people have like invested so much time? I think that'd be such a
Yeah.
tricky or fine line to play. But
I
then,
agree.
Yeah.
like I don't
But
know.
you could
they
do the Japanese style and take a tiny slice out of that world.
Yeah.
Yeah,
do a story
true.
around that, and then
Yeah.
leave it open for
Yeah.
sequels.
See,
I think
see,
that
See how I brought
Yes.
that back?
Yeah.
Wow.
Not prequels.
Isn't that good?
Not
Wasn't
prequels.
that
Round of
pretty
applause
good how I
already.
brought that
It was
back?
like what you did there.
like imagine if like Super Mario's did so well. You know what? We need the Super Mario origin story. Like that would like we don't want that. Like no one
No,
wants that.
nobody- no.
Listen, Nintendo, if you're
I
listening,
love
no,
a good origin story, especially the
no,
villain
I
side.
fucking over origin stories. Just give me the give me the good parts.
It would be like if you did Captain America, the Winter Soldier, and then you did like First Avenger. It's like, okay, we already have Captain America.
Yeah.
Like, why do I need to see what Bucky
second
and him?
one. Yeah.
You know, what
I
their
think for
relationship
superheroes
was.
it's different because you kind of need to know the impetus of what gave them their power, right? But for most characters, you don't really like. For Indiana Jones, you don't need to know how he doesn't have power. You don't need. He loves fucking like he has a whip and like that's just his tool set, and he goes out and saves the fucking day and fights Nazis, right? Like you don't need to know like why he became that. So I just there's some things I think that weren't prequel. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. The early reviews, guys, for Gran Turismo are overwhelming positive, so I think we're all on the same
good.
board, right?
Good.
We have in fact we have a review that went up on CouchSoup 20 minutes ago by Thomas Richards, who saw an early screening of Gran Turismo, gave it a 9 out of 10 soups, guys.
Wow.
Nice.
Highly-
Did
A lot
you
of
get
soup
to see
cans.
that because of Couch Soup?
I think he got to see. I think they were doing early screenings, so I don't know if his
Press
his
screening.
So it's a
his
good
press.
advantage of joining that Couch Soup community.
Yeah. So I mean, I think there's a lot of hype for this. Do you think it's
I
going to
love the
live?
story idea. I just want to see how that happened.
All right, yeah.
I love
The
the
Real
story idea.
Brickers brought up a good one. Red Redemption movie. Red Dead Redemption movie.
Ooh.
That would be
Pretty
cool.
violent.
I
but
feel like
good.
that would need to be like a
Tough one.
Did we
season,
have
like a
18
season, a
1863?
series.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I would also tackle Red Dead with like a series. Like there's just
Yeah.
Oh,
no
for sure.
way you could put that in a
No.
movie because you would just do it
Yeah.
injustice. Like you would just not be able to cover anything.
Yeah.
So
No,
make it a
yeah.
series and that will be fire though.
Totally. Yeah, I think that's a good idea for a TV show, kind of like Yellowstone.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. So are you going to see it in the theater with your daughters?
I'm going back to the theaters now, so yes,
Yeah.
I'm going.
Well, I'm glad. I'm
going.
glad
He'll
you
be in
broke.
Pasadena watching
I've been
this.
going, yeah.
Yeah, you
From
can drive all the way
the
All the
out.
way to Pasadena.
Jeez.
I tried to go to Oppenheimer on the weekend in IMAX. Couldn't get a ticket.
Oh, sold out.
Wow.
Sold out.
Yeah, they're
Really?
extending. I heard they're extending the 7mm showings of IMAX just because it's.
Thank
Wow.
Because
But
it's,
did you see it on IMAX?
I haven't seen it yet. No, I
Let's
know.
Hook us up, dude. Let's
I
go.
know.
to
I
the
know.
Spectrum.
I know.
Watch it.
All right.
Let's
All
go.
right. I gotta
Guys,
get.
We're gonna go
We'll
see
see you later.
Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer.
Oh, okay.
Bye.
Take me with you.
We have a few
Road trip.
minutes. Recos. Yeah. Oh, son of a.
I heard that. That sounded
Yeah.
so sore. Or
Was
kinky.
that a
felt
rubber band?
good.
Kink check,
Not
everybody.
really.
That was a-
Like it still stings. It still stings.
Use your safe word.
I'm sensitive.
Yeah, use your safe words.
Yeah, waffle.
Prequel.
Yeah, prequel. What are you watching? What are you watching? What do you recommend?
I've been seeing things that I've been turning off, going, eh.
Oh, okay.
Not liking Twisted Metal, and I love the game. It's just too weird. It's too over the top for me. I understand what they're doing, but it could be such a better movie. So I quit that. I'm disappointed in the season 3 of Physical. Enough already. Like fucking get to the to the good stuff. And I took somebody's advice here, and after we finished the Qualcomm commercial, I was dead. Right, we had been going strong.
Yeah,
for
it was
4
hard.
weeks.
It was a lot of work.
Spent the day in bed, and I binged watched The Diplomat.
It's good, isn't it?
Wow.
It's good.
I couldn't not watch the next one.
Yeah, it's good TV.
But nothing else I can say. Oh, we gotta go try this.
Yeah, but The Diplomat on Netflix, right? It's on
Yeah.
Netflix. Right? It's a good reco. That's a good reco. I think I recommended that too a few weeks back. Pagan, anything you're watching or playing?
Yeah. So yeah. Okay, I got one. Palia.
Yeah.
Palia is a beautiful, cozy MMO. So it's a massive multiplayer online game. That the open beta starts on the 10th of August, and myself and a couple of friends, including Amelia here in the chat, got into the closed beta, and I've been playing it, and it is fantastic. So kind of think like It's just this, it's such a cool, well animated, beautiful world, but it's all cozy stuff. So it's all like farm sim, life sim. You can romance some characters. Like you build your tent, your house, and you can play with your friends, like mining for resources and building together, decorating together. Like it's not like there's no battles or fighting. There's just fetch quests and like a cozy MMO. And I love it. I think it's great. Palia comes out, open beta is the 10th of August. It is currently already available on PC. But it will also be available, I believe, later in the year on Switch as well. So they'll do like a full thing.
Like a personal computer?
Oh,
like a computer, not a
PC.
not a console.
Like a PC,
console.
like a Microsoft one?
Yes, yeah.
Usually
That's what I'm
Microsoft.
worried about. That's a joke I'm trying to make. Failing at.
Yeah, you're.
Sorry.
I don't have a fucking PC then.
Yeah.
I have a personal computer.
Some games play on Mac. Not all.
Yeah.
Some
And then two other
Still
things.
can't get Age of
King the
Empires.
Land, the K-drama that I was watching, has finally finished. It was great. It is now fully available on Netflix for anybody who's waiting to start because they couldn't hack waiting every week. Because I know some people who are like, I can't wait to start that, but I want to wait until all the episodes are out so I can binge it. Fair. It's finished now. You can watch it. Fantastic show. Also, some shit TV recommendation. Vampire Diaries. It's my new like little fucking hyperfixation obsession.
Skylar
It came out
loved
in
that. She
2009 and it reeks of 2009. Like, my god, the flip phones, the tiny scarves, the low riding jeans.
Wow.
It's awful. Like absolutely terrible TV, but I'm hooked and I can't stop and I'm halfway through season 2.
So
would recommend if you have time.
Is it Todd in that show?
Todd is only in it like at the end. I think it's like season 6 or 7. I'm on season 2.
Yeah,
so I have quite a
Is it
ways to
OC
get.
without the vampires?
Yeah.
With
vampires. It's like the OC with vampires.
With
Yeah.
vampires.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was
man.
definitely. I had that
Slit
same
my wrists.
experience at the start of COVID, because my friend, she used to love that show, and I was like, I've never watched it. I'm like, like I like True Blood, like I liked that, and I was like, you know what, I'll watch it, and I got hooked. And then I was like, oh, there's the originals. Okay, I'll watch the originals. Oh, there's whatever the last one was. And I was like, oh, this is awful. And then I stopped it. But like, I was like, this is trash TV.
Such
I'm loving
trash.
it.
Yeah, you can't stop.
Yeah.
It's so bad, but it's like good in a bad way.
Yeah.
So
no.
trashy.
It's like French fries.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, for every like vampire shows now are like medical shows. Like there's like 1,000 of them. Like it seems like.
Thank you.
And it's not just vampires. There's always like werewolves or
Right,
witches.
right.
Yeah, there's some other things as well. Oh God, please!
Yeah.
The amount of
I
eye
watch
rolls
them all,
I'm getting in,
though. I
I'm
like
surprised
that
my
stuff.
eyes don't have 6 packs. Like
Right.
just
Yeah.
the consistent eye roll,
gotta
and then
be
I'm
in
like,
2
click the
minutes.
next episode, and click the next episode.
Steph, what do you recommend?
Oh man, I mean, I've just been watching the new season of Outlander, and I'm just kind of like, like I'm happy we're in Scotland, but
Spoilers.
It'll underwhelm.
Spoilers.
Spoilers.
spoilers. Oh, what Scotland? I mean, it's it's a Scottish man. There we go.
There we
a
go.
Scottish man. But I've been rewatching Orange Is the New Black.
Oh, great
I
show!
really love that show
Yeah.
so much. So I was like, alrighty, got a few seasons, so it's good.
Yeah, that's good. I'm surprised you're still enjoying Outlander. We our contributor Liz, she wrote an article called "I Just Rage Quit Outlander." She is fed up with the
I
show.
started reading it and then I stopped because I was like, I don't want to stop watching it.
Yeah, so if you're in Liz's court, go check out that article. If you're sort of like over what's going on in that show, like me, that might be worth a good read. Or
It's a
if
big show in your house.
what's a big show?
Outlanders.
You know what? We're not really. I mean, I liked it for a while. It's kind of lost.
It's gotten slow.
What we're into right now, my recommendation, one big one kind of mini one, but we finally turned on Yellowstone. We were like, everybody's like, Yellowstone's good. You should watch it. And we're like, oh, okay, cool, yeah, whatever. We turned it on. Holy shit, that show's good. Wow, incredible writing. Just incredible writing. The acting's also pretty awesome. It's like cowboys, like it's based in Montana.
You have to get past the first episode. I've tried it.
I thought the
3
first episode
times.
was solid. It's like a 2-hour, it's like an hour and a half long premiere.
Oh wow.
We're like halfway through or midway through the first season. It's good. It's solid. Like there's not a lot of action. It's like true drama, true character development, like suspense. It's just well written too. Every episode kind of feels like a cliffhanger, so you kind of feel like you have to watch the next one, kind of like The Diplomat kind of felt like that too. The other thing, so go watch Yellowstone. I know it has a lot of like right wing. It's been politicized. That's garbage. Just watch it. There's no politics.
I'll try it again.
And then the other thing, Star Trek: Strange New Worlds. They did a musical episode. Holy shit! Listen, I don't like musical things normally, but wow. Props to the people. Go check this out. It's actually, they wrote it in a way that fits with Star Trek. It's not like they just randomly did a musical episode and everybody's singing. It's written into the narrative. And even in the lyrics, it's like the lyrics are like, why am I singing? Like, it's very smart, and the songs are actually good. Guys, go check this out. Star Trek: Strange New Worlds. The last episode was a musical episode. Wow.
How does it compare to the musical episode of Scrubs?
I didn't see Scrubs. I know the musical episode of Buffy was well loved, and it's better.
That was also very good, but like
I
think the musical episode of Scrubs was also excellent because, like you said, it's written to the story. It's about somebody who's got like a brain tumor or like a medical disease that they're like visualizing all of this all the time. So I think it worked well, but. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. I might watch that. That sounds good.
Just watch it. Yeah. Yeah. And it's surprisingly it's almost like a must watch because the amount of character development they did in that episode because of the singing, it's actually pretty kind of almost important to the story as it moves forward. So it's actually kind of interesting. Yeah. It was well done. The Real Bicker says better than Scrubs in the chat. FYI.
Okay.
But I have a feeling he's biased. He's a big nerd.
I'll listen to him though.
Yeah, that's true. Don't listen to me. Maria.
Take us home, Drew.
Yeah, take us home. So thank you, everybody, for joining us today on Trailer Talk. We will be on, listen to us in your ears and as a podcast. We'll be up later today, maybe tomorrow. So you can, if you want to download and watch us or listen to us again, please do so. Also, leave us a review on iTunes. That helps other people find us as a podcast, if you don't mind. Or leave a comment on YouTube, which we also love too.
This is a podcast too?
It's also a podcast.
It is.
I know. It's better that way because that way they don't see your face.
I still have to hear my voice.
I know, that's true. That is the worst part. And then also catch our other shows. Pagan's Cracked is back every week, playing through Resident Evil 4. Oh my God, it's an awesome show, guys.
Remember when we started?
Every Thursdays on YouTube it premieres, and then you can also catch our streams on
Wednesdays at 8 p.m. BST, which is 12 p.m. PST.
Thank you. And Screen Smash is taking a week off this week, but be back next week on Mondays on Twitch, and then Fridays on YouTube. Guys, that's going to do it. Check out our articles on CouchSoup.com. Check out that Gran Turismo article. It's that review. Lots of great stuff coming out every day on CouchSoup.com. Check it out. You're not going to be disappointed with the amount of content we're putting out over there. It's pretty awesome. And once again, thank you for all your support. Anyone who's supporting us on CouchSoup.com or on YouTube, thank you so much.
We love you.
It helps us do the things we do and pay for the things and the people that we that make everything go here. So thanks again. And
do they really?
It's an okay
yeah, PJ actually uses it for his beer money. Anyway, thanks again, everybody. Until next week. Actually, next week we're going to be. I think we're on a shoot next week for Tyson. Is it next week or the week after?
We'll be doing a CouchSoup production.
Woo! How exciting!
Yeah. Go Tyson!
Go Tyson!
CouchSoup.
No trailer talk next week, but we'll be back.
Another benefit of CouchSoup, we're helping him get his trailer shot.
Trailer for his movie. So that's great, man. Yeah, that's exciting. So we might go dark next week for trailer talk, but we'll be back the following week.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Pagan. Thanks, Steph. Thanks, PJ.
Bye, guys.